So recording started and
Recording started and
action.
action. Okay, so Sandro Pereira, you are very welcome, and we're very glad to have you on this podcast, the Integration Love Story. And yeah, before we start,
Pleasure is
thank you for your
mine.
time.
Yes, thank you.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
It's always a pleasure talking to you.
yeah,
But we know you. We've been meeting you in many occasions, and we've been talking. But let's just maybe some have introduction. It's not that often that you introduce yourself in podcasts. You just start to talk about maybe BizTalk or Logic apps.
Well, I'm a I'm a head of integration at DevScope, a consultant company in Portugal, and again, I'm managing the integration team that we work in on premise and on the cloud. So we work all day using Beanstalk server and Azure integration service. This is what my team does. Um, and I'm a long time Microsoft MVP. I was a Beanstalk MVP.
Yeah.
I was an integrated MVP, and now I'm an Azure MVP. But my focus is on enterprise integration because Azure is a monster. Okay, it's a
yeah.
beast. My focus is on enterprise integration. Well, I have three kids. One of them is here with me in the room. Is going to be quiet. And what can I say? In a personal matter, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I do like wine.
Yeah. Yes.
This is
Wine,
me.
Star Wars. That sounds great. But can I just ask, and since you said that you are, I mean, everyone guess knows that you are an MVP, but let's go back before your MVP ship, man. What actually drove you to become an MVP?
Oh, that was a good story. Well, I didn't have intention to become an MVP, to be honest. Was not my focus. I was not dry, trying to achieve that goal. Okay, so this all of this start when one of my bosses, we were traveling from Lisbon to Porto. It's kind of 300 kilometers by car, so kind
Mm.
of 3 hours driving. And 12 years ago, 13 years ago, probably,
Mm.
one of my boss that was a Microsoft employee and was kind of very active in communities. He told me that I should start giving to the community what the community gave me for a long time.
Mm.
And I told him that he was crazy. I didn't have time. I was working, didn't have too much time. My free time was to occupy with other stuff. And he basically insulted me in many ways. And but that triggered something on me. Okay, so it was kind of a challenge, and internally I told myself, "You are going to regret that words."
Yeah.
Mm.
So I start creating the my blog long time ago, and I started writing for myself. Okay, so basically I use and I still use my blog for my personal notes.
Mm.
Okay, so I start creating a few blog posts. I start contributing in forums, wikis, and so on and so forth. And that became something like a hobby of mine. I do like that. I do like to write. I- if you challenge me to go run, I probably will say no because I'm starting to get old, or doing other crazy activities. Yes, I can go, but it's not going to be my hobby.
Mm.
Yeah.
Writing became my hobby.
Mm.
And this laid one to the other. Again, I was not focused in becoming an MVP.
Mm.
I was nominated MVP January 1 of January 2011.
Mm.
Mm.
I saw the email uh, 11 days later. I didn't knew. I was not expecting. I didn't. no one kind of told me that it was going to nominate myself. I didn't
Mm.
nominate myself. I don't know who nominates me,
Mm.
but I was working in Lisbon again, and I saw I was kind of finished the working late at the day. I opened the email and I saw congratulations, you became an MVP. And I told my the team that was working with me, let's go dinner. I will pay that. And that was the story. I was again, and this is
So you don't
also
know who nominated you.
nothing. And
That's
any
interesting.
person that asked me what you should do to become an MVP,
Mm.
my advice is always do not try to become an MVP. Do it for yourself.
Mm.
Then the rest will appear. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was again. I was not focused on becoming that MVP.
Mm.
No one believed that I was becoming an MVP in Beanstalk because I had a very amazing guy as a MVP in Beanstalk
Mm.
that days. So it was kind of a coincidence. I started becoming an MVP,
Mm.
and I'm
But
still
we
an
should, but
MVP
we
these
should make
days.
a call now to the whole community. I'm reaching out to everyone in the community who nominated you. This is I really want to get
And
done.
we want
I,
to talk to that person, asking why did you nominate Sandro, and
I have a guess that was Microsoft Portugal, but I do not have any clue about
yeah.
this.
But I mean, it's such an amazing story because, as you said, I mean, you started actually contributing to the community, and I guess that almost everyone who has worked with BizTalk has read either one or many of your blog posts.
Yeah, I couldn't start my career without your blog posts and books. That's a fact.
And you know, and you
So
know that the first person
mm,
after I read the email,
Yeah,
the first person that knew that I was becoming MVP
yeah.
yeah.
was that guy, my boss.
Ah.
Okay, I can say Jose Antonio Silva. Okay, that
No.
guy that forced me kind of in a strange way for trigger that kind of
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
journey on my side. It was the first one. I call him and say, now
I
an
am an
MVP.
MVP now.
What did you say a few years ago?
Yeah.
And
That's
he said congratulations, of course.
In,
But it was a funny story.
amazing, amazing, and I mean, yeah, the drive comes always from somewhere, and that's also a drive to show someone else that you know what,
yeah.
Should
I will
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
people are interested also to know some things about you and have challenge you with some questions. And what we are coming on next now is like we had our previous guest was Matthias Lugberg.
Yeah,
He's also one of a part of the MVP community and one of
know
the
him
big
very well.
influencers. Yes.
Mhm.
So he sent you two questions.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The first question was like he was wondering about there was a period that you have been posting some photos about Formula One
Yeah.
on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
What was that
So
about?
I had the pleasure,
Mm,
and this is was one of my kind of dream projects. I had the opportunity to work in Abu Dhabi Formula One, in the Formula One Grand Prix. I was working on the track.
Mm.
So it was a bespoke project. We had to integrate everything in the Formula One Grand Prix of Abu Dhabi, the tracking, the cars, the Formula One experience,
Mhm.
tickets, merchandising, and all that experience that you can go for the track and test it.
Yeah.
I was there to integrate everything, so there was no integration at all. And 3 years
what year
later,
was that?
when I started 6 years ago, probably 5 6 years ago,
So there was no integration 6 years ago.
no integration at all there. There was everything manually.
Oof.
Oh,
And the driver about this integration was a financial dashboard. So everything that was financial,
Mm.
mhm.
we did end up integrating everything in an automated way. And of course, I I drove on the track. I walk
Oh,
on the track.
what car did you got to drive?
Oh, it was. I didn't drive it itself because on that day was professional drivers, but
Mm.
was an Aston Martin. I was on the side, and it was a scary experience with a professional driver.
What?
But I did use the kartings. I went to the Ferrari wall that is next to the Formula One track.
Yeah.
And I did went to the biggest roller coaster that has the you
The
know that
yeah,
oh
yeah. How do you say
uh,
Mm.
Mary Wheel? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yes, yes.
the
I
biggest one in the world, and the one that is the faster one in the world. So it was good, a good
yeah. It's
experience, both in work and fun.
Yeah, I was asking because you were here some years ago and at our office here in Gothenburg, Sweden, and I wanted to ask you which ones was the coolest thing, and what place in the world was the coolest to actually go to thanks to integration. And I thought it was Gothenburg, but I guess that this was cooler.
In a way,
Yeah.
yes. For the experience itself, not to stay there in a way that, for example, Gutenberg, I can go
Mm,
and walk by myself,
yeah.
which is amazing. I like to do this. No,
Mm,
I cannot do the same in Abu Dhabi because it's too hot. Okay, it's
yeah.
just it's entering in buildings and enjoying the experience. That's amazing.
mm.
At night is awesome, but during the day is
But I would say
really.
the same about Sweden. It's fun for a couple of days, but then when it's cold, it's cold. You don't walk out. You don't do anything out. You
Yeah,
have to stay in.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I think
yeah,
every yeah
Every place has its downsides, I
yeah
guess.
I'd say
yeah.
so.
But
So,
the integration took me to a lot of places in the world now, since Abu Dhabi to all the almost all Europe,
mm,
um, US, and so on and so forth. So it's been
Cool.
a fun experience and a roller coaster.
yeah. So yeah, I guess that that's a thanks from Matthias. Of course, the first question is answered. The second one from Matthias is, what's the deal with hating on Microsoft when you are on stage?
Yeah,
I do
that's
not
a
hate
very
Microsoft.
interesting one.
Okay? I love Microsoft, and I think the feeling is bi-directional. So I do not hate Microsoft.
Mm,
I challenge them. It's different.
Yeah.
So and again, we know that we need to work hard and we need to work serious, but we have to have fun.
yeah,
Okay,
Mm.
and without fun, nothing this matters. Okay,
yeah,
life is too short. We need to play with each others. We have to push each others, and that's the deal. So
mm,
you know that sometimes the Microsoft tell me do this, test this product, give me feedback.
mm,
If you do not give feedback, do
mm,
not annoy me with bad stuff or
yeah,
complaining on stage and so on and so
yeah,
forth. Okay,
yeah,
and I do the same. Okay, I'll do the feedback. I'm all awesome, but if you do not take serious the feedback, I'm going to complain on stage. Okay, and kind of
Fair
this
enough.
is just having fun, and again it's pushing them. Okay,
yeah,
pushing them. They are Microsoft. They should be the best in the world. Okay,
yeah,
Mm.
so the time that I'm going to stay to on stage and say, why the hell we still have small windows in Beanstalk?
mm,
Come on, they can do better than that. Okay, they should be doing better than that. It's
I
not
think they should just
hating.
stop developing it for
yeah,
since
yeah.
a really long
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Uh,
but again, it's the same. Why we have this tool in Azure integration and not this?
mm,
Why this missing this? Why it's so hard to do this?
mm,
Okay,
Mm.
they can do better. They should do better. and someone has to push them. And
Yeah.
it's not, it shouldn't be Sandro, it should be all of the community pushing them to
Yeah.
do it better, because that's the way they do it better. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not hating Microsoft, I
Mm.
love them.
Mm.
I work with Microsoft. I'm a Microsoft integration.
Mm.
Um,
You are well
so
integrated in Microsoft ecosystem, would
Yeah.
must say.
yeah, I only use Microsoft ecosystem. So if I
Yeah.
was not liking Microsoft, I was going to other vendors or players in the market. No, I do
Mm.
think that Microsoft is going is as the best offer, and I do like Microsoft. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
not hating.
but I think we all are. I don't see myself working in something else but Microsoft. I don't know about you, but like I really don't see that.
Yeah, but I also like
Yeah,
the story that I mean, it's a kind of a question from the heart, but also an answer from the heart. I mean, as you said, do better.
yeah.
You can expect everyone, and I guess that tough love is needed in any relationship. So
Yeah.
either it's Microsoft or someone else.
And I do think that people like my honesty. So
Of
Yes,
course,
yes,
it's
of course.
needed. It's also
I'm
encouraging
not,
others.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say nothing that says that, "Oh, okay, I'm just going to say that because Microsoft like me to say that." No,
yeah,
if it's not true, I'm not going to say it. That's it. Okay. So
That's
um, I normally say my commitment is with my client.
mm,
Then is with Microsoft,
yeah,
because Microsoft gives me the work to implement and what we do every day.
yeah,
But my commitment is with the client.
yeah,
So
that's
what is best for my client, this is what I'm going to say good
yeah.
for the client.
Talking about Microsoft and also talking about I mean what we like about them and what they should do better. But also let's dig into what is your favorite thing to use in Azure and why.
Yeah, of course. So the it will be easier to know what to tell what is wrong, or the thing that I do not like in Azure. But the
Mm,
favorite, several stuff in Azure. So if I'm going to be independent of the service or technology, what I do like in Azure is the flexibility that allows me to scale in any direction. Okay. And scale, I don't mean with this term about just horsepower and
mm,
processing a
mm,
lot of things, but scale my applications in kind of connectivity with other service. So kind of if you have an integration and you want to do a dashboard, we can easily connect with Power BI, we can easily connect with data lakes, and so on and so forth. We can have these visions, AI stuff
mm,
for OCR and so on. We can easily scale these
mm.
in many ways that a few years ago was kind of impossible to do
mm,
this
Uh,
in this simple way that now we are used to have. Okay,
mm,
yeah,
if
with
we
this,
speak
you have
about,
to go through a lot of fights with a lot of people, the firewall people, the SQL people.
we still have these fights. Okay,
Yeah.
we still
Yes.
have these fights because
mm,
Yeah.
Azure is not something that is on the cloud. So Azure is in fact a huge infrastructure behind the scenes that has the same nightmares about networking,
yeah,
Active Directories, and so on and so forth. So all that was on premises on Azure, but as a service. So
mm.
we still have the same fights. Okay,
No,
in
I have
every
less fights or nicer fights, I would say. I want to say.
yeah, different fights.
Yeah.
I will say. But if you speak about service itself, oh, it's Azure Integration Service,
Mm,
mainly API management and Logic App and Service Bus. Okay,
Mm,
yeah.
I do like API management and Service Bus because they are simple and stupid,
mm,
and
Mm,
they
yeah.
do the amazing stuff. So there is not too much complexity inside that. So the service bus is one of the oldest service inside the Azure. No,
mm,
Mm,
it's a queue and a topic, simple as that. But it's so powerful that is amazing. Okay,
mm,
Of course, there are a lot of things, sessions and forwards, and but the concept is simple, okay? And the API management itself, it's kind of very simple. It's kind of it's a proxy,
Yeah,
Mm,
you're
kind
publishing
of
something, you're
it's
publishing your
simple.
service, and you have a Swagger, and then you can just call it. You know exactly what you're gonna do. It's
mm,
it's it's nice.
And
Yes.
we can do a lot of things inside in an easy way.
mm,
Awesome, simple, and very practical. And of
mm,
course, I do like logic apps because it's the way that we can do process of integration inside Azure with a no code low code experience. Okay.
mm,
I love logic apps. It's like I liked bespoke orchestrations before and how it was giving you these abilities and this orchestration in a whole other level.
mm,
It's nice.
mm.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is easy, and it is easy to non-technical peoples also to maintain this and
Yes,
understand what
exactly.
is that. Okay.
Mm,
So I see a lot of things that many vendors try to do the integration with only a function. Okay,
Mm,
it's possible. It's doable. They are correct. There's nothing wrong with that. But
mm,
in the long run, it's not that scalable than using logic apps and so on and so forth. Because anything that you need to do is code. You need skills. Monitoring that is not that easy as logic app,
mm,
yeah.
but it's still amazing
mm.
function. But I like to use all the tools together to present in a very fancy
But
way
the
and
more
simple
the
way.
more complex you are and the more information you have in your brain, and you can present that in a really simple way. That's what actually the art of it. It's not about making it hard and complicated.
Mm,
It's the way you're making it easier. Is I think this is when you have
And
more knowledge, then you can make things easier. You
mm,
can explain things easier.
mm.
Like you write your articles. If you write really complex articles with a lot of code in it and a lot of no one will
I
be
lose the audience.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. And
Uh,
as also as you said, I mean, you said earlier that the client is the primary, I mean, primary point in this in what we do. And I guess that business value, they don't care about if it's a function that's very complex. They want things to work.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, but you see that sometimes the vendor decides based on their skills. Okay.
Yeah,
If they know very well C sharp code, they go for C sharp code. Okay, if I
mm,
have a hammer, I'm going to do everything with a hammer.
yeah,
If I have another tool,
mm,
I'm going to try to do with that tool. No,
yeah,
it's like in the old days, people that has Beanstalk, they
mm,
try to do everything inside Beanstalk,
mm,
Mm,
um, and I always was against that.
mm,
I always went to the client and say, "This is not a Beanstalk process. This is a ATL process. So you should use integration service, not a
not good.
SQL integration service, not Beanstalk service."
mm,
Oh, by the way, this is a proxy. It's just a simple proxy. Why you are using Beanstalk for a simple proxy? You
Mm,
are not doing nothing. You are just forwarding message.
mm,
Why you want Beanstalk for that?
mm,
It's kind of that I have the hammer. Everything is going to be with that hammer because I say so. Oh,
mm, mm,
no, and we need to hear the client. We need to know what is your skills, how you are going to monitoring these, how we are going to do this, and then present the good solution for them.
yeah,
yes.
Simple as possible. And I'm saying that I do like VSOC. So if I'm able to work with VSOC, I'm happy. But
mm,
if I'm able to work with Azure integration service, I'm also very happy. So
mm,
it depends a little bit on the clients and the needs you have to provide these, no matter if it's Azure on premise,
mm,
whatever. Okay, because in Azure is way more simple, but there are a lot of things that many people do that sometimes is not kind of in the best interest of clients and
mm,
not best in terms of best practice.
mm,
But the same happens on premise, okay? And we have these both clients these days that they work in each space. No, there
mm,
are clients that they are not going to move to Azure because they are not allowed, and some of them they are going to embrace Azure for
Mm.
Well, now we
Uh,
have Logic App Hybrid, and we have this solution. I am really excited about that. I've
Mm.
been trying to test
yes,
that lately. It's really nice.
Mm.
it is nice. Okay, it is nice. It's going to open a lot of new opportunities. But when a client has zero footprint on Azure, it cannot connect to Azure itself.
Mm.
It
Mm.
doesn't work. Okay,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes,
so I
I
do I do have a client that is in a closed facilities. There is no internet.
Mm.
It's closed facilities. Okay, so it's secure. Even with the hybrid approach, that is going to open a lot of things
Mm.
you can execute locally, but you need all kind of
you
this
need the
run
portal. Yeah.
history is on the portal.
Mm.
It's a showstopper for them, nevertheless.
Mm.
Okay, so it's not going to be solving all the issues,
Mm.
but it will open a lot of opportunities for
No, but
sure.
I think it's still opening because you don't open everything. You have the portal. I don't want to dig deep in the technical on that now, but it's just you are just sending an image. You are not actually running anything on the cloud. So it's like
It's
opening.
yeah, but zero footprint means zero footprint.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
nothing.
Then it's there is of course.
Mm,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, but let's move on to the next question. And what I guess that this is a question we got from one of the Michael Stevenson actually,
mm,
and we said that this question needs to be in every interview we have. So, and the question is, what is your most memorable mistake that you are allowed to share?
Oh, so many. So many. In 18 years working on this space,
Yeah.
but
many,
the
many.
one that's still okay. Let's say
That still
that.
haunts you.
Yeah, exactly. The one that still haunts you until today. You will say, "Okay, I don't want to be there again."
I do memory mistake that I'm not. Well, one of the horrible mistakes that I didn't, I didn't was not my mistake, but I was aware of the problem.
Of course, it was
Okay,
not your
so
mistake. Yeah, let's say that now.
no, no, no. It was, that there is no kind of too many memory mistakes because all the mistakes we were able to solve it. Okay,
Mm.
so that's good.
Mm.
But one of the things that rise always in my mind was one time that I was working in a telco in Portugal, and we were migrating something for the new solution, and is asked to be with costs about the invoicing the clients,
Mm.
and basically, sorry, that integration process that we had, we calculate the resources and the service that the client has,
Mm,
and the cost of that service, and we did the calculation of the invoice.
Mm.
Okay, so the invoicing system was all only the printing of that. Everything was kind of do it in the integration layer against my will,
Mm.
but it was doing inside the
yeah.
integration layer,
Mm.
and many discussions with that, and without getting an agreement, but the project went on, and first day in production of this trigger all the possible alarms inside the company. Okay,
Cool.
I think
Yeah.
that I've never been in a so higher meeting than that time, because well, it was invoicing of the telecom, the biggest telecom in Portugal,
Mm.
and basically we were doing the calculation and say, okay, you have three sim cards, you pay, each sim card is 10 euros, you pay 30 euros. Okay, when we send the invoice to the other side, they were doing 30 multiply by 3, that was doing 19 euros. Okay, so
Oh my god. Yeah.
the invoicing was from one. So they had that through that kind of incoming
Mm,
invoicing,
mm,
and that almost go triple of the times.
Yeah,
It was
someone. But
crazy.
hopefully, no one paid for that.
But again, it was not my issue.
yeah. But
Yes.
still, not haunts you, but yeah, it's a technical
But it was a
mistake.
funny one.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
and
keep
when
it this way.
it happens, I mean, I have a memorable mistake myself, and at the second you hear from it, then you know what it is. You know, like I know what this is.
The other, to be honest, is kind of that this was my fault. Was kind of putting something in production and on a
Mm,
Friday,
mm,
which is
Yeah.
never good.
mm.
And on Monday we arrive and say that nothing was integrated, and I was checking and I forgot to start the application.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
classic.
It's common also.
Yes, I did worse.
Classic.
I did worse than that. That was Bistock long time ago. And what I did was actually doing something I shouldn't do is Bistock. And I thought that I can do it anyway. I know what I'm doing. And I forgot to put back the file. It was Bistock config file. I took it, I stopped everything, I removed it, and I don't remember what happened. I stopped all the services. I moved the file and I didn't put it back and I went away. That's
Yeah.
it was this Bisto config file is something that you shouldn't play with at first place.
Never, don't
Yeah.
touch.
Yes,
Never.
exactly.
Not first place, not second.
Yeah,
Never.
no. But yeah.
Yeah, but something that tells you never do this on a Friday. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
never. It's
That's a good advice for everyone. I mean, we actually have it as a policy here. No deploying on Fridays to production, of course.
Yeah.
But let
except if the client call you and say you need to put it, and say no, no, but you need to put it, and say okay, we do it, and then
yeah,
mistakes happens.
yeah. But you learn from mistakes, and that's the good thing. But let's
Mm.
then talk about more successful stories. Do you have any on the flip side? Any memorable success stories that you really felt good about that you still remember?
Yeah, sure. So Abu Dhabi Formula One for me is a success story. It's a success and insuccess story at the
Mm.
same time. It was a 6 months project. It became a 3 years project. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
the the insuccess part of the story.
Mm,
But the thing is, arriving to a client with that magnitude and knowing that everything was manually,
mm,
Mm.
the fights I have to deal with the client to automate everything,
mm,
not allowed no one to do any manual interventions in terms of the message itself, the process itself. And after 3 years, uh, um left the client, leave the client, but knowing that everything was automated. So
mm,
Yeah. You
challenge
implemented
was
a culture. It's not only the technology here.
mm,
yeah, my fight was more long than the technology. The technology was the easy part, okay.
mm,
But you know, knowing that they had an issue that they took 3 months, 4 months to create a dashboard, financial dashboard of 1 month itself,
mm.
Mm.
because everything was manually, and leaving knowing that they were doing that in a few minutes.
Ah,
That for me was a success story, okay. But many. So I had clients with or for example, my intervention with Rosetta Net.
mhm,
um, I had a call with a client. They called me and say we want the best guy in BSOC and Rosetta Net,
mm,
and I told him you will not find it anywhere in the world.
mm,
Okay, I do not know nothing about Rosetta Net, but I will help you. Okay?
mm,
Um, I try out other alternatives, but in the same day, he called me say when you can start.
mm,
And 3 weeks later, we had the first Net implementation in the client, who feels very good.
mm,
That's good.
And also in Azure, of course, there are many other clients. So um, advising, putting this together, working, mentoring the teams.
mm,
So many 18 years of my life, so it's it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I want to provoke a question before we jump into the next question,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
sure.
what I have something that's like it's not disturbing me, but still I believe that the AI will be a big part of our integration, and it will be a part of the design soon. I don't. It's not now, but it will be.
Mm.
But I don't see you as excited about this fact as everyone else. I don't think that you are like in this path. I don't know why, and I would like to know why.
You know that I think the AI today is used with nonsense, and people just trying to bind the keyword
Mm,
to what they have, because is a is a is is a word that everyone has to ask. Have, okay, so you are
Yeah.
not no one if you do not have the AI behind the scenes. We have washing machine with AI. What
mm,
is the AI in the washing machine? They know the programs I use. That's not AI. Okay,
Mm.
that's
yeah.
caching. That's history. So
Mm,
it's not AI itself. Okay, it's not AI. Was kind of, if I put the clothes inside the machine and it told me, oh, that's a black one. Don't put that, otherwise it's going to mess. That's
Yeah.
AI. Okay.
yeah.
Eh, that's something that makes more sense. Uh,
Yeah.
so many, and I'm just saying that as example, but
Mm.
we see a lot of AI buzzwords that is automation behind the scene, not really AI. Okay,
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
but they need to have this AI concept to be present somewhere. So in technology, if any product has to have AI, otherwise it's a legacy product or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't feel it, that I just try to ignore these stuff. AI is common. AI is going to be part of our world. For if you like it or not, it's going to be part of our world.
yeah.
Okay, but we have AI, good AI, uh, that help us very well.
Mm.
Like
Like yeah,
if
giving
and
you
I
information.
use it, and I
Mm.
use it every day. So I go to ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, I want to do this transformation, or I want to get the first. I want to get the second 20 characters of this string because I need to. I don't programming these anymore, so I go into AI. They're going to provide the code. I'm going to use that code. It's going to help me, and
Mm.
I'm really happy. I'm going to validate the code that is behind that,
Mm.
Yeah, but
and
it saves you time. You will
but
be
it
able to
saves
do
me time.
something more
Mm.
with your time.
All of these is amazing. Okay, so again, I joke telling people that I'm getting old. I need to spend time with my kids. I have 3 kids. I'm 46 years old.
Yeah, it's a lot to do.
Life is short. No, we need to work in a very good way, but also have some time for us. Okay,
Mm,
and enjoy a little bit.
Mm.
So everything that going to help me facilitate my work, I'm happy.
Mm.
Amazing for me is awesome,
Yeah.
but it's not something that I'm struggling. So I've been in several calls. What you think about this AI stuff?
Mm.
Doesn't make any sense for me. So
Mm. Yeah.
some of them make sense, some of them doesn't make
I,
sense.
I
Sometimes I
agree.
need to wait and see what is the point of that.
yeah.
But there are good AI stuff. Again, for coding, this code pilot stuff and all of these, it's awesome. Okay,
Mm.
but
But I see
when
it as an amazing thing. It will just make me work faster, make things more, make more product. Like I will
exactly.
produce more things
Yeah,
way
yeah,
faster.
and as you said, I mean, you can also see it
Huh?
as something that saves you time, so that you can do something else that you want to do even more.
But it's still gonna be me who's thinking about all of those things. So it
Yeah,
doesn't matter for me. That's why it's still gonna be all with me.
yeah,
Today I was chatting with my one of my coworkers and say I'm still safe. AI cannot drag and drop any today, so I'm safe.
you're still okay.
Yeah.
I'm still okay. If you are a C-sharp guy, maybe you are in a nightmare, but I'm still okay.
A-
No, every AI is good. It's going to be good. There are going to be horrible AI, to be honest. There are going
yeah.
to be people that are going to implement AI in bad ways,
Mm.
but it's something that we have to live with that
Yeah.
and adapt.
We will learn what's the best, but I mean AI cannot help you build Lego. I guess you need to have your own hands.
Yeah, maybe soon. Maybe
Maybe
soon. We
soon.
don't know.
Maybe soon.
But
Yeah,
talking
the
about
problem,
Lego,
you
talking
know
about
that
Lego now, we're talking about with the Lego person.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's
I know,
just
I know, I know.
you are going there, I think.
I was going there, yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, we saw you at the Nordic Integration Summit, and it was one table where we actually had a Star Wars Lego, two things that I think that you like a lot, and I think that someone else likes it a lot. So
he's speaking Portuguese with me, and he understands your question. Okay,
yeah, that's why.
you are going to tell me what is my favorite set, correct?
Ah.
Exactly.
And and he already pointing to me. Qual é, filho? Aquela que eu quero. He's saying that show them this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's even better if
You
we
know
show.
what? He should show it actually.
See, this is our Millennium Falcon.
It looks amazing.
This is our favorite set because
Mm.
it opens everything and we can play inside and so on and so forth. So it has Chihuahua also,
Chewbacca.
Oh.
so it's amazing. And the other one is the one we got from Nordic Integration Service. That is the
Oh
R2D2.
yeah, this
Amazing.
you
Yeah.
you finished it already.
Yeah, it was.
We finish, okay, because it built most of
um,
it. So these are our favorite sets,
mm,
but we do have 86, 89 sets, something like that.
Oh
yeah,
my God, yeah.
that's
That's what is your target goal and what is like your in-game number?
And not the number itself, but the goal is Millennium Falcon, the
mm,
biggest one.
This one,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's too
That's the
expensive as
goal.
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is expensive, and the problem is not being too much expensive. Is if I get it, I think I'm going to be a divorced man because I don't have where to put it, and my wife will kill me for
How
sure.
big
That
is
one.
that?
It's 1 meter by 75, something like that.
Oh,
Okay,
it,
That's
that
big, massive,
okay.
it's
massive.
big.
Yeah.
It's massive.
So I
Yeah, I
guess
have to put it on the roof maybe, but it's kind
yeah,
of.
you
I
need to.
think I'm going to be a dead man or divorced man. So
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
yeah. Final question, and it's then. I mean, this is the part where actually the podcast like came from, and so we talked a lot about integration and Lego and
I mean,
everything, but we want to have a short story about when did you fall in love with integration? Oh,
see, you want me to show these also.
Oh
okay,
yeah, the
okay,
Harry
okay.
Potter. We are going to this phase again now. Yeah,
Now is
adds a
Harry
lot of
Potter
things.
also.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No
No
worries at
worries.
all. So the question, do you have a memorable state where you actually this is when I fell in love with integration or a crush?
Oh, uh, you know that it's it's uh, it's not it was not something that I was desire.
Mhm.
I was a web developer. I was
Mm,
a I like being a web developer,
mm,
Okay.
creating websites and playing with back end, front end, and so on and so
Mhm.
forth. Back in the days that we had to create the HTML by hand, no, nothing fancy stuff with rounding tables and so
mm,
on. So
mm,
kind of the hard code
mm,
stuff.
mm,
And then I changed job, and I 18 years
Mhm.
ago
mm,
I joined DevScope. And when I joined DevScope, there was two positions. One
Mm,
was a CRM position, and another one was a Beanstalk position.
mm,
My friend got the first one, the CRM, because he was more senior than me,
mm,
and he was able to choose what was the position that he wants. So
mm,
he selected CRM position.
mm,
I went for the Beanstalk position without knowing what was Beanstalk. So
mm,
my first day was kind of my boss told me, "Oh, by the way, you are going to work in Beanstalk. You are going to work with the biggest telco in Portugal,
Mm.
and the guy that is doing the job is going to leave in a week."
mm.
And I guess that's when I fell in love by integration, because I start doing that, and I'm still doing it. So kind of I gain the
Right.
flavor without
So you were kind
knowing
of forced to get in the integration, but then you end up liking it anyway.
Liking it is like
exactly.
one of the
So
mystery integration.
Mr. Integration.
and
Yeah.
it was back in the days that no one knew Beanstalk. There was no too much information. There was no documentation at all.
Yeah.
And actually, my two bosses are certified in Beanstalk. Okay, they did start Beanstalk in 2000 and 2002,
Mm.
working on that.
Yeah, to be
I
honest,
was
most
like,
of the best of content is actually your content. I didn't see much from Microsoft.
Yeah,
So I like, so if you didn't come and like
like both books
but
and blog posts and
yes, exactly. So
uh, but the thing is that it's not and don't get me wrong, I do love Beanstalk,
mm,
but it's not liking Beanstalk. I like integration.
mm,
Okay, because the same challenge that we have in Beanstalk we have in Azure. Okay,
mm,
people know think that I'm the last defender of Beanstalk. They are incorrect.
mm,
So uh, I
yeah.
do like Beanstalk, as long as there is any client there that needs help
mm,
developing Beanstalk. I'm gladly help them.
mm,
But the thing is that I don't care about the tool or the technology. I like the challenge,
mm,
and the challenge are equal in both on-premise or on the cloud.
mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are in the middle of everything, everywhere, anywhere,
Mm,
and
I
that
will
means that,
want to I just want to add something to that with you saying there.
mm,
I don't think that I think that Bistalk and the work that I really like Bistalk as a tool, and I like that it. I think it's more powerful than Azure in many ways,
mm,
but we will have to adapt to the new technology.
mm,
Uh, but Bistalk is more tough. So when you come from Bistalk to Azure, it makes you great on Azure
mm,
suddenly because you have been dealing with the monster.
mm,
it's not dealing also with the monster, it's dealing with the integration challenge. Okay,
mm.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
again, all the requirements, all the challenge are there.
Mm.
They are the same. No,
Yeah.
you need to know what is persistent, read rise, guarantee delivered,
Mm,
long running, resubmitting, do not losing the word, rehydration, hydration, what all of these. You have to see what is SOAP, XML, CSV, text files, COM,
mm.
FTP, TCP, Oracles. It's
And you need to
it's
do that while thinking about the
insane.
infrastructure as well. It's not gonna scale itself. You need to
Yeah.
keep track of what you
and
do.
and and all these challenges are the same.
Mm.
I see many people working these days in fancy new technologies that they don't know what is a CSV. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of. But how can I process this? A flat file. What is a flat file? And so all of these are the
Mm,
same. It doesn't matter if you are in Azure or in Beanstalk, most software, there's AWS.
mm,
These challenges are the same. Okay, the
yeah.
tool is different, but the challenges are the same.
Mm,
And if you work on this integration space for a long time, you know how to solve these problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know how to implement the strategies,
Mm,
and you adapt to the tool. That's it.
mm,
Okay. So I do like the challenge, because even if you work every day for the last 18 years of your life,
mm,
on these tools, on this service,
Mm.
each day is different.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Each
yeah, exactly.
client is completely different from the other client.
Yeah.
The challenges are different, the concepts are different.
Mm.
So even you use the same tools, doing everything, it's going to be completely different, and you have new challenge every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And this is what I like. I
Mm.
like challenge, and I like to solve them.
Yeah.
So simple as that.
Yeah.
That's good. I think we are out of time, and I think it's Friday by the time we are recording this.
Yeah.
So the people listening, it's a Friday. So I think you need to also go back to the family.
Should I challenge the next speaker?
Yes.
Yes,
The next
exactly. That
guest?
was
The next speaker, definitely. Last
Who is going to be the next speaker?
actually it's Steve Yan. So you can actually you know him well, Steve Yan.
Steve Young. How can I upset Steve Young? Let me see.
word.
It's it's not going to be easy
No,
because
but
he's
I
kind
think
of
there no there is two. Yeah, you can still challenge him.
uh, what a question for Steve Jen,
Yeah.
correct?
Mm.
Uh,
Question or two, it's up to you.
okay, so what is in Azure that if you had the need to kill, you kill
Mhm.
it? A service or a technology or a feature in Azure that if you are the power to remove it, you will remove it.
Good question.
Just-
Just not to be always the favorite, okay?
Yeah.
yeah. I will be using this question for many other guests as well. I
Yeah.
will
Definitely. Definitely.
steal that.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Leave it to
Okay.
that.
That's a
You
good question. That's a
okay?
really good
Look,
question.
he went to the mid.
Or
Ah,
if you want to go a little bit outside technology,
mhm.
you can ask why your favorite player is Pep.
Oh, that's so Portuguese.
Yes, was the
Not
former
not.
central back of Real Madrid. He's a fan of Pep.
Okay.
I
I
don't
don't know
know why.
why, but he's a fan of
Yeah,
Pep.
Let's ask
Ask
that.
him that.
I will ask him that also.
yeah. I really want to know that also.
Yeah.
No one likes Pep, so it's like okay.
Not say that. Pep is
I-
for my team also.
yeah.
Do not.
It is Sporting Lisbona. Are you supporting?
He's retired now, but he ended the career in Porto. What is my team, best team
Mm.
in the world, of course,
Mm.
without a doubt. But ask him why he loves so much Pep. I don't have a clue yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
that would be interesting to know.
Definitely. And the last thing we say, I guess, that still, as you said, who was the one who nominated you? We really want to know. So
Yes,
we send that
we
to the community.
call out to the community.
Yeah, that's a good
If
question.
if you find that, that's going to be a miracle. But
Yeah. Let's see. Who knows?
Let's see.
But yeah, Sandro. So thank you so much for your time, and
and
thank you for
Robin, it
It
was a
was
everything.
amazing.
pleasure to be here. Always fun. Okay.
Yeah, you will.
Thank you.
We will ask you to come back to talk more about everything. That's. I mean, 8 years.
Anytime.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Sandro. Have a very good day and evening.